Hey everybody, welcome to the MoneyBru Show. My name's Daniël-James. I'm a multimedia design strategist, and today I have a super duper exciting guest. We're talking about money, we're talking about YouTube, we're talking about a card game. For the followers out there who are watching this, you should be excited. Well, James, I'm not gonna spoil it, but you tell the audience and people who are watching, who are you?
I ain't here for the money, I ain't here for the fame. Though it might be nice to own a jet plane, I'ma do it all for you. Come along and see it's true, but the world is pretty cold. You might need a sweater too.
Hey guys, so my name is James and I have a YouTube channel which is RogueDuelist Trade. And as I always say at the beginning of every episode, I help individuals basically look at modern Yu-Gi-Oh product and decide whether or not they should invest in order to profit. So it's kind of an investment channel in modern TCG, which is trading card game content.
Wow,
So,
I love it. So exciting.
Yeah.
When I heard this, I actually bumped into you in a public place. I was like, what the heck? Like, I never knew that you did this,
Yeah.
right? Like, you're a YouTuber.
Yeah.
Partly, right?
Partly, yeah. So I have a full-time job. I also am in the corporate world and I work in procurement. So
Wow.
focus on IT procurement. And so yeah.
Crazy.
So, yeah, that's kind of a work of double life and also have a full family, so.
Oh yeah, right. Like it's kind of an interesting concept, and I want to dive into a lot of these elements. Now, the show format features South African food, as you guys know. MoneyBru stands for buddy, pal. You know, we're talking about money together. We're hanging out, like engaging, and as we go, you get to really just experience a little bit of South Africa. Being on the show, we have Manny. Manny actually has already got the predictions in for the guess of the what the brew, which is, do you like soda, coffee, tea, juice, or one of those elements? You guys get to guess. Check it out in the comments, see who's guessing. We'll see at the end of the video if you got it right. You can't guess before you watch the end, obviously. So
are they guessing what's my favorite beverage or Manny's?
who knows? Manny, I guess Manny will tell us.
Yeah, I don't know.
Manny the mannequin, right?
See if he speaks up much.
No, yeah, I don't know. He has his opinions.
Yeah.
But we also get to guess his favorite either alcoholic, or he doesn't have an alcoholic and it's a non-alcoholic specialty drink. You guys get to throw that in there as well.
Yep.
If you get those, I will do something special for you. We will put your comments on the top. We'll also give you some other freebies that we can on our site. There's like a data analysis on your website, or brand or video, whatever you want.
Okay.
So we'll give you the full premium package. So if you get that question, that one's hard.
Okay,
Like,
yeah.
I don't think people are gonna guess that, because that's such a detailed question too, right?
Yeah, see if you guys can really figure out who I am and what beverages I like based on this conversation. We'll
Exactly.
See if I can
Yeah.
make that obvious or not, I don't know.
Who knows, right? So we'll start with our first little treat here. The treat is, we do this thing, it's like yuck to yum, right? So when you try it, one is like, it sucks. It's
Okay.
yuck.
Okay.
Yum is, it's 10, you know, like 10 out of 10, you like it, right? And you
Okay.
can be honest. You don't have to like everything, yeah. Some people do, some people don't. So on our list, we have such a cool lineup, but I'm not gonna spoil it. We're gonna jump into this next segment, which is rapid fire.
Okay.
You ready to go?
All right, let's do it.
Okay, so for the audience out there, guys, guilty pleasure, one word.
I don't know, chocolate?
Good.
Quick.
Favorite color?
Red.
Restaurant.
Diners.
Activity.
Yu-Gi-Oh.
Destination.
UK.
Dream car.
Mustang?
Breakfast or no breakfast?
I like breakfast, I'll say breakfast, even though I intermittent fast and I don't eat breakfast often.
Nice, I like that. Morning or evening person? Or midday?
I get more done in the evening.
Cool. Your next big business goal?
Having multiple streams of revenue.
Oh, I love it. Cool. How many streams do you have now?
Like 3 or 4.
Wow.
I guess if you consider my full-time job, and you know.
That's crazy. I only have one.
Well,
I'm getting there. I'm
you're
learning.
getting there.
Yeah, you're gonna
once your
teach me about
channel
YouTube.
grows.
That's right.
The things grow quickly. So.
Yeah, exactly. Cool. Now let's start with the first taste test here. We have number 1 is this guy right here.
Okay.
And what I'll do is we'll take a spoon each and we'll put it on the rice cake.
Okay.
And you have to give it a try. So this is something I grew up eating every day.
Some type of yeast extract. I don't
On
know.
toast. There we go. You got it. Very much like the Australian brand. That,
Has an interesting smell.
yeah. There's 2 ways you can do it. The one guest, you have your own spoon, so it's COVID friendly.
Yeah, sure.
In some ways. You can taste it, or you can put it on the rice
I'll
cake.
just go for it.
Oh, you're a baller. And if you
I have
like
a feeling it's very salty.
if you like it, you can just keep rocking and rolling. I like mine on the rice cake.
Try it. It
Okay.
looks like, I don't know, like toffee or something.
It does, eh? What does it smell like?
I'm not sure. It's stuck on my lip.
You took a big bite.
I kind of like it. It's kind of like a soy sauce.
Oh,
I can taste.
that's so good.
Consistency, nothing like it, but
Okay, yuck to yum.
it's like if caramel and soy sauce had a baby, that would be it. But not sweet at all. Caramel for consistency, soy sauce for taste. I like it actually.
That's cool. So, guess who likes this one? What would you how would you butcher the brand?
Narnite.
All the South Africans out there know exactly what it is.
Okay.
Cool, guys. And then yuck to
The
yum.
aftertaste isn't great.
No, it's not. It lingers, right?
It lingers, yeah. It's
Yeah.
not as great as the initial taste, but
No, it's got like that salty taste. What yuck to yum scale for you?
Yuck being a 1 and Yum being a 10, I'd probably give it like a 6.5.
Okay.
I would enjoy that on stuff. I
Yeah,
like
toast-
that's very
toast with butter.
savory. Yeah, I like that.
Yeah. A lot of people do toast and butter. I love toast butter, that stuff, and cheese.
Oh, that sounds great.
Because
that
the cheese brings the balance
Oh,
into
yeah.
the dark flavor. You can find this stuff in Australia. By the way, I got all these ingredients in America.
Oh,
So that is cool. I'll tell you guys where to get the stuff. You can look in the description too. You don't have to, you have to go to some local places, but they're big enough stores that you can get them, like King Soopers, Walmart. Okay, moving to the next question.
Okay.
Let's talk about, actually, I have to do a social plug right here. Guys, like, share,
Yeah.
subscribe, check out his channel, the
RogueDuelist Trade.
He's got it, guys. You got to check it out. Subscribe to his as well. Connect with him. And if you guys are fans, I hope you guys are enjoying the content so far.
Yeah.
I also have some private content that I've been releasing on the VIP channel, which I'll explain at the end. So you guys check that out as well. Now, my next question that I want to jump into is like your success story. Like, I believe that what you're doing is so successful because you have such a good brand and market and stuff. How did this all start, and what made you decide to like take this crazy jump, dude?
Yeah, so I'll try to keep it as brief as I can, but kind of highlight all the more important things. So I've been in the corporate world for several years now. I guess if you include everything, like 7-ish years, you know, from going in college, doing internships up till now and having a family.
Wow.
And I've just gotten to the point where I've just kind of became very dissatisfied with being in the corporate world because you put so much time and effort just kind of more for a pat on the back or to hopefully climb the corporate ladder. And I just kind of like just had this big distaste in my mouth, you know? And I've my family on both sides, my mom's side and my dad's side, have an entrepreneurial spirit. I don't think I know anybody from like my grandparents or even with my parents that have ever like worked for somebody. So that's always been something that's been innate in me. And I've always loved media. In high school, I was part of TV production, and one of my favorite things was just making videos, you know? And that was something that always stuck with me, and I always thought I would do something in that realm, and I never did. I figured corporate and, you know, make good money and, you know, support a family. So anyways, as time went on and I kind of had that distaste in my mouth, I decided I got back into Yu-Gi-Oh! As a hobby. It was something I used to play as a kid, like back in early 2000s with my brothers. And there's a lot of nostalgia tied to that.
Yes.
Waking up every morning with my brothers, watching the latest episode of Yu-Gi-Oh! And we would go to Books A Million, which is like a bookstore where you could buy trading cards. We'd get the starter decks, and I had my Dark Magician. My brother had his Blue Eyes, and we would just go at it, you know? So my brothers got back into Yu-Gi-Oh! Kind of just for fun in 2019, in early 2019, maybe late 2018.
Wow, so all of you guys got reignited.
Kind of, yeah. And it was through them that I'm like, oh, I need to go and update my deck, and now we can play each other. So I started buying product, and then I got into looking on YouTube and finding what in the Yu-Gi-Oh! Space, it's called Yugi-tubers, which is a Yu-Gi-Oh! YouTube channel, and I started discovering some of these channels of people talking about product and like, hey, Dual Power, this is a great product that you guys should go look at, and here's all the things that are coming in it.
Wow.
And you would watch them open it, and I would get this nostalgia would come back to me of opening packs as a kid.
Yeah.
So then here I am finding myself pre-ordering product on Amazon and having it shipped at my door, and that's where it all starts. And I open it up, I had no idea, I pulled some like $60 card that was pretty good, and I sent it, and it was like the best card in the product. And anyway, so that gets me down this trail.
Yeah. And you know this stuff pretty good.
Yeah.
Because of your childhood.
And I'm relearning it too, because it's changed night and day from early 2000s to now.
Dude, I used to play that game.
Yeah?
I used to have decks of cards.
Yeah.
I got my butt kicked all the time, I remember. And then I was like, you know what? I'm not gonna do this. I'm gonna do Dragon Ball Z or like.
Oh, and Dragon Ball Z.
What's that spinning one?
I know what you're talking about.
Beyblades. Yeah, but never got too far down with Yu-Gi-Oh! I used to draw it too. Like I love drawing it, but this
Art's
is
great.
I gotta keep going down the story because it's so good. Continue.
Yeah, so I got back into Yu-Gi-Oh! So
Wow.
I started finding myself spending more money than I would like, you know? So I'm
Yeah.
buying all these cards. I'm trying to become more competitive. I'm learning like the competitive landscape. There's Yu-Gi-Tubers out there that cover like
Jeez.
how to be competitive. And one example comes to mind is like Simo, who's like a really successful Yu-Gi-Tuber. So in Yu-Gi-Tubing, the highest probably sub count is roughly like 300, 400,000 subscribers. That's about
Wow.
that's about how big that market has gotten within that realm that I've seen
So
so
there's
far.
still a lot of growth potential, dude.
There's a lot. Yu-Gi-Oh is
Wow.
actually bigger than it's ever been since we were kids. Yeah,
no, you're
it's
joking.
it's grown. Like the tournament representation has gone up significantly since
Wow.
we were kids. So that means the game is actually growing, which is weird. You wouldn't think it has.
No, like we didn't have that much. We didn't have YouTube back then.
No. So it's kind of interesting to see how and honestly.
And online, right? Online games. Did they take it online, Yu-Gi-Oh?
No, well, it's not
It's
sanctioned.
not meant for that, right?
People have made it, but it's
Okay.
not sanctioned by Konami, who makes Yu-Gi-Oh.
So
but
it's fake and
yeah, but you can play it still online. So that happens, and then also. So I'm like a year deep into getting back into Yu-Gi-Oh! And there's this distaste in my mouth of being in the corporate world has just gotten stronger and stronger and stronger to the
Yeah.
point where I'm like, I have to do something.
Yeah.
And I didn't have a lot of extra capital to go in and like make property investments or something like that. And I just started thinking, what can I do? And I watched this video, and there's this one channel I would follow called House of Champs. And this guy would kind of do market watches for Yu-Gi-Oh! Cards. So cards that are going up and down in value because it's a collectible. And
Dang.
collector's market is a real thing. If you guys have seen Pokemon right now, a first edition Charizard's like $250,000. So
Oh my
yeah, so it's a
gosh.
real market. There's big investors getting into trading cards now because
Wow.
there's a lot of potential money in it for just because it's all nostalgia.
so you anywhere from $1 to like these crazy thousands.
Oh yeah, and those are
Wow.
cards that were printed like 15 years ago, 20 years ago. You know, like if you can get them in
originals.
pristine condition,
Yeah.
they can be some crazy money. So
wow.
So I watched this guy, House of
Crazy.
Champs, and he's talking about this product that's coming out and the ratios. Ratios are really important because every single time you open up a pack, it's how often are you going to pull the money card? You know, there's money cards in a set. You know, there might
So
be
calculations and stuff.
yeah. So it's like, okay, for every 5 cases of product you open, you might pull like one of this card per case, and that card is worth $100, and you pay so much money to get a case. So
Jeez.
he did a ratio video of how many of the money cards that you would pull, and I realized I started doing calculations. I'm like, okay, based on these ratios, based on what the cards are worth, like I could easily double my investment if I were to have bought into this product, and I didn't because I didn't know anything about buying into product.
Dang.
So that got me into like, okay, I can make a side business out of Yu-Gi-Oh! Like that's what I'll do.
And I can calculate it. And
Exactly, and
So
it's
you're good
something-
with math then.
Yeah, I am, which is why I'm in procurement. Procurement is very focused on negotiations with vendors. I'll negotiate cost models for IT, for software and stuff like that. So it's very innate in me to have that kind of analytical side in terms of looking at numbers and stuff
Yeah.
like that. So
That's insane. So all of this stuff is just lining up so cool. Like
it's just, yeah, it's all lined up. So through that, I decided, okay, I'm gonna buy product, and when I buy, and I'm gonna try to flip that product. I'm gonna open it up, and then I'm gonna open up my own store on a website called TCG Player. It's kind of like an eBay for trading cards.
yeah, and was YouTube in the back of your mind?
Well, I figured, I'm like, if I'm gonna open up cases of product or a lot of product, I might as well record myself doing it, and because people like that type of stuff, and I can put that on YouTube, and maybe I can make another stream of revenue through YouTube. And from doing that, I realized, I'm like, well, I'd love to find a content creator that could tell me why I should or should not invest in a product. And I couldn't find it.
No way.
So I was, there's people like House of Champs.
Yeah.
And
So it's a niche that you found.
it's a niche that like some people covered, but that wasn't their main focus.
That's cool.
And when I discovered that, and I couldn't find it, because with Yu-Gi-Oh, you have to pre-order product 3 months ahead of time. And if you don't do it, you're not going to be able to get it. Konami prints product based on what pre-orders come into distributors.
Yeah.
So if you don't get your pre-order in, you're going to be paying top dollar down the road because it gets more expensive if you don't pre-order it.
So you educate people so much. Even you going back in this conversation, it's like you said property, you didn't have money, capital to start property. And I think a lot of people have those issues. And it's like, if you're watching this, just realize the path that you can go down, right?
There's many.
Is many, but you're focused on one thing. You found a niche.
Yep.
You broke through, and you're breaking through, and if you think about it, the stuff you're doing is just as technical as property management.
Yeah,
Even more
is.
so in
It
some
is.
ways.
It's a business.
Because you're dealing with a variable market that could be one card for some reason or other could just be insane amounts of money.
Yeah,
So,
and I take it
I'm
seriously.
gonna make you the next thing.
Okay, go for it.
The next is a drink, and we're gonna go right into it. If you want to add anything to that story, I think that's been a great help for the viewers to
Should
see.
I try this first? Or?
You can. This is just the lemonade. It's pretty common
Yeah.
in America, and then everyone should know what this is too. This is a cool South African drink. It's called a rock shandy, and you can get it at the restaurants. Super fun drink. The best part about it is this guy over here. You can get this in America as well.
Okay,
and
I did not expect this.
check it out how cool this is, dude.
What is this? Is this like a hot sauce?
No. So
I
this
thought
is
it was when I looked at it before.
this is kind of a cool one. Look at how it like drops down and it changes color.
Yeah.
I ain't here for the money, I ain't here for the fame. Though it might be nice to own a jet plane, I'ma do it all for you. Come along and see it's